Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And since this is the time of the year, especially wrestling, because some time ago, let me restore. Some time ago, I did a review of some of the first 10 WrestleManias, and now I figured that since we're in the week leading up to the second oldest pay-per-view event in the WWF, which is a Survivor Series, I figured do an overview of that pay-per-view. Well, Survivor Series started way back in 1987, so it's 28 years ago. And I do remember when it started, I actually started the first couple, at least in the early years, started on Thanksgiving night. So it was kind of fun to uh, kind of like break the mood, of kind of break the tradition of Thanksgiving, of having just all football all day long. And of course, in those days, you only had two games, and maybe one college game. Or college game or two. Let's decide. WWE says, "Hey, what's the best time to have an event? Let's do an event on a holiday, and we did it on Thanksgiving. And try to make it like a Thanksgiving Day tradition, and it was for a couple of years. And then they made one for like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then they made it on for the Sunday before Thanksgiving, which is going to be. This has been for the last few years. For the first couple of years, it was actually one of the few pay-per-view events that actually came out on during the week. And the Survivor Series, excuse me, the Survivor Series was really a unique event because you had 5 guys on a team, 5 heels. Originally, it was 5 heels and 5 baby faces teaming up against each other. And usually, they have some kind. Most of them, if not all of them, have a connection with the heels on the other side, or at least a rivalry with the heels on the other side. And the first match was really that because 3 of them had a rivalry with one guy. That was the Honky Tonk Man because you had Randy Savage, you had Jake the Snake, and you had Ricky Steamboat on one particular side. I forgot the other 2 members of that team versus the Honky Tonk Man and his team. And they always made like a team captain. I think the Honky Tonk Man was versus Randy Savage because Randy Savage had his rivalry with the Honky Tonk Man, and also you had the bit with Jake the Snake, just had a match with him in WrestleMania 3. And also you had the bit with Ricky Steamboat just lost his Intercontinental title about like 5 months earlier to the Honky Tonk Man. So you had all those 3 guys going against the Honky Tonk Man. And also you had the bit with Randy Savage and, what I found interesting, Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat on the same team. And they had the big epic match in WrestleMania 3, just 7 months earlier. So you have it was really an interesting team. They have Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage just team up against each other, all on the same team. Of course, you had in the first WrestleMania or the first Survivor Series, excuse me, you had about 4 or 5 matches on the whole card. Of course, nowadays people will complain about. Well, at least in those days. We can make the same argument today too, because those matches sometimes will last 35 to 40 minutes a match. Because actually they want to stretch out the matches to fill out a 2.5 or 3 hour show. And if you only have 4 or 5 matches, actually going to stretch everything out. Like we do with WrestleMania today. Thank you. Like do WrestleMania today, where they only have, maybe you're lucky they have 10 matches over 4 or 5 hours, so you're going to stretch all the matches out to about a half hour, 40-minute matches today. But at that time, it was rare to have a match going between 30 and 40 minutes. And they also, not only that, but you also had a tag team match. And you had all 10 tag teams, and they made one up just to fill out the roster for that match. And it was like Conquistadors. There was the guys wearing all yellow outfits with the masks and everything else, and you had 20 guys surrounding that ring. So it's kind of hard to see the in-ring action, especially when they use the wide shot. To see all what's actually going on inside the ring. They had to have different camera angles to capture the action inside. So you can see if you're on a pay-per-view or get the video or DVD of the first couple of first couple of Survivor Series, when you had a tag team match, because you have the whole ring is surrounded by bodies. It was really hard to see. But they also did have a women's match, in which at that time you hardly had very few women wrestling in the WWF at that time. They were like almost doing away with it, the women's division. So it was, a really a unique match. Now, of course, it became a tradition. It was, I should say, the Survivor Series was the first real pay-per-view wrestling event that was straight to pay-per-view. I think WrestleMania was as well. But the reason why I say straight to pay-per-view, because the next big event came out in January was, of course, the Royal Rumble, the first Royal Rumble, but that match was on USA Network and not on pay-per-view. The only other one since have. But the Survivor Series is really, really unique type of a deal they had. Of course, after the first couple of years, I think after about 1989 or 1990, they switched it to Wednesday, on the day before Thanksgiving, for a couple of years, and then eventually became Sunday, or Sunday event. And of course, the 1990 event was really the start of two things that became really noteworthy. Number one was the start of The Undertaker. It was when The Undertaker made his debut in Survivor Series. And I think what would be great at the Survivor Series, instead of having a tag team match with The Undertaker and Kane versus the Hyatt brother, or the Wyatt family, you have Kane, The Undertaker, plus two other guys against the Wyatt family in a Survivor Series style match. I know they recently did one, I think, on SmackDown. In the SmackDown and Raw, they did a similar thing. But I prefer for us do a match like that with Survivor Series with maybe The Undertaker, Kane, John Cena, and maybe Ryback versus the Wyatt family. I think that would be really great if they did that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Vince McMahon is going to go that way. Because instead of having 4 or 5 Survivor Series style matches, now you're lucky they have maybe like 2. One with all men and one with all women. Because they decided to make a women's match, which is fine. But I feel that all the matches should be a Survivor Series style match, and just having one, it makes it more like it makes it more like a regular pay-per-view event, and not Survivor Series. You have to have a Survivor Series style match every match on the card, and it takes away from over the years. Well, the other noteworthy thing, I forgot the second noteworthy thing that came with the 1990 event was the Gobbly Gooper. It was really a stupid bit. It was kind of like doing the bit like the San Diego chicken. The problem is that they had a big giant egg. Instead of the chicken coming out, it was the guy in a turkey suit. I think it was one of the Guerreros. Not Eddie Guerrero, but I think Eddie Guerrero Sr., I think it was in the turkey suit. And it was really stupid. Well, of course, in 1991, that's when the Survivor Series started to really change. Instead of having all the matches on the card, a Survivor Series style match, now you have the Heavyweight Championship was on the line in 1991 Survivor Series between Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker. And of course, that was when Ric Flair just came into the WWF then, which was like huge news. And instead of having a match between Ric Flair and Hogan, which would have been great for WrestleMania 8, which, if you saw my review, you know that never happened. But I'm not going to get into that now. But that's when Ric Flair first came into the WWF, and he's claiming he's like a real world champ and all that stuff. But Heenan was kissing his fanny. And then Ric Flair interfered in the match between Hogan and The Undertaker, which of course, when the '91 Survivor Series set up another second pay-per-view the same week, and it was called This Tuesday in Texas, and you can see a couple of those matches on YouTube, at least the Undertaker Hogan match, and that's when Hogan regained his title from the Undertaker and became a 4-time heavyweight champ, which of course was led up until the 1992 Royal Rumble, which, because we all know that changed the Royal Rumble to the winner gets a championship match in WrestleMania. But the '92 Rumble was the event where the winner wins the championship and the '92 Royal Rumble. That was what the match set up for. Was not only Survivor Series '91, but the Tuesday in Texas show set up for the '92 Royal Rumble. Of course, the Survivor Series I always find the Survivor Series unique because it used to come on Thanksgiving, and it was really neat and fun to see that event. And like I said, it broke up the routine of the boring of what Thanksgiving is. To me, Thanksgiving is always one of the most boring days of the whole year, because after the parade, or Thanksgiving Day parade, there's nothing else on television. I mean, there's absolutely nothing on television. Of course, the last couple of years, NBC, I think that's 2 or 3 years, including this one. What NBC is doing is they replayed the Thanksgiving Day parade in the afternoon. I think it was going to like the 3rd or 4th year in a row. They're going to replay the entire parade in the afternoon, because they have the parade live in the morning from 9 to 12 Eastern Time. And they have the Purina Dog Show after that, and then they replayed the parade for 3 hours. They might not have any football games around 3 o'clock to put on. So, they put that on. And it's like, I mean, come on, if you didn't see it I gotta say, if you don't see it at 9 o'clock, you see it in the replay. But they used to show Miracle on 34th Street in the afternoon, but they don't do it anymore. But anyway, that's what NBC does. And of course, to break up the monotony watching football, you watch Survivor Series at night, because most people who are not football fans like me are not going to watch football all day long on Thanksgiving. It's boring. Football is boring. So what are you going to do? You watch the best thing. At least the best thing is entertaining on Thanksgiving. But at least you do have SmackDown on Thanksgiving now, on Thursdays, on the Sci-Fi Channel, so you watch that. And they do have like something Thanksgiving related, like a food fight with the Divas, or some gravy, where they're fighting in a kiddie pool full of gravy and stuffing or whatever they're doing on that. At least when SmackDown first started. Now I don't think they do it anymore. But at least it's fun. It used to be fun to watch Survivor Series. I know I'm getting on a tangent here, but at least it used to be fun to watch the Survivor Series. Now it's not so fun anymore. The novelty has pretty much gone on the Survivor Series. So if you want to see what the Survivor Series really was and what it really was about, I suggest you check out the older ones. Either get the DVDs, if you can get them someplace, or maybe somehow catch a match. Those few matches that are on YouTube of the Survivor Series, I suggest you check those out too, because at least you know what Survivor Series was really about, and not the 1 or 2 Survivor Series style matches that the WWF has now, because it's really a terrible the way they're doing that show now. It really is. I don't mind if they have singles matches in the Royal Rumble to lead into the Rumble, but Survivor Series is just should be Survivor. All the matches on the course should be a Survivor Series match, not what they do now with single matches. It's just crap. So that's my review of the Survivor Series. My review of the Survivor Series. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel. And please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. Also, you can check out all of my videos on my YouTube channel, but also on rallyc.com. That's all WDY, C.com. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.